Ah. Oh, looks like we got gifts from the Emperor, including a relic-grade main implant and an Archaeotech friggin' purity sealed. Wow. Red is the highest rarity. You can't just find that. Collect that many credits from mission and cash rewards. Got a perk. Diversive Tactics. Then I got it again. Anyway, welcome back to the Inquisitor martyring. Dodge chance against ranged. Way more max suppression. I mean, sure. This, I'm not high enough level to equip, actually, but it's way stronger than what I've got on. And it's actually... interesting. It's one of those I'll have to unlock the abilities out of it. Learn that real quick. Also have this to learn. What's up, Ragnar?
Are you serious? You want me to believe you didn't know that the founder of your rogue trader house was the captain of the Martyr centuries ago?
I swear by the light of the God Emperor Inquisitor that I am just as shocked by this revelation as you are.
He did mention a bunch of their clan's old books were burned.
Our house has followed strict traditions for long centuries. One of those traditions concerns our sacred
lost
history.
the logbook. They mentioned that way earlier on.
Secrets were kept in a treasured logbook, only accessible by the Van Winter sitting on the throne of the house.
And who would that be?
Nobody. Almost my entire clan has been purged on account of their heretical acts. I was found worthy of redemption, and I'm assisting the work of the Inquisition as a simple captain.
Do you think your logbook could help me?
Yes. It has been in our possession since Gregor Van Winter, the man whose trail you seek, received the warrant of trade. It must contain all his accounts too.
That'd help.
What happened to that logbook?
It was hidden on our flagship, the Astute Cavalier, but it disappeared when my father was executed. The logbook must still be in the hold, in a secret compartment.
So, I only have to find a fugitive ship in the sector. Sounds easy.
My family had a hideout in this subsector on a void station. Those who survived the purge probably ended up there.
And strangely, it didn't occur to you to share this information with the Inquisition. No, don't answer that.
Actually, don't tell me. Don't answer that question. Gonna give you at least something resembling plausible deniability on that. Cut her half a break for what's going on here. Is that thing? Hits increase the enemy's resistance against that damage type 5%, but also add vulnerability to all other types. Looks like it's some of the ones I don't have unlocked that I might want to get. Artificial organs. Gotta do that a lot. That'd take a while. That's a really strong one. Actually, especially with that warp heat, if you wanted to do, like, using warp heat for all your attacks, that'd be a really strong way to do it. That's not the build I'm doing, but... Artificer magazines... That'd be okay for the damage bonus for projectiles. Oh, wait, that's a high-level thing. Okay. Blessing of Saint Victorious. This is necessary on the, very high difficulty. If you want to start doing those. You can't lose more than 30% of your health in a single hit, which... Granted, there's quite a few things that'll be a bunch of, like a billion tiny hits that this won't help with, but all the other stuff, that'll be quite nice for. Minus 20% damage reduction above 58% HP, but gain 40% supreme damage reduction below 50% HP. That can also be quite helpful. Damage against enemies afflicted by debuffs. Designated Marksman. For ranged weapons, supreme crit chance, crit strength, damage bonus, and tighter shot spread. That's nice. It's very high level you get for this character, though. I could be probably persuaded to put that on this guy, actually. Eternal Warrior. Taking lethal damage, bring the player back to life, knocking back stunning enemies a 3-meter radius, also gives 100 Berserk tokens on resurrection once per mission. Take a fuckload of damage. Friends on. More crit chance, less max HP. That's okay. Bigger damage bonus and no crits. This is interesting. If you wanted to do a non-critical hit build, which I'm definitely not doing, you'd do this. Heat sinks. Ah, yeah. Ooh, this would be quite nice, actually. Inverse warp attenuation. Gain life drain in Unhinged. I'd have to actually, I think I am building towards this, because I can refresh stuff before it wears off, I can end up casting 3 abilities while still unhinged. So yeah, this would be quite nice. Enemies affected by dots are blinded as well, nice for dot builds. Damage bonus for psychic powers and Hierophant prayers, I guess that's what the priest does. Every 1% of missing HP. Slotting all the way up to 200%. Connected member gets the same bonus. Retinue slot effect. What is that? Puritan. If I went Puritan, I'd end up getting this thing, which would be quite nice for defense. Damage bonus on all psychic powers. I don't really use that. Cooldown reduction, again, could be cool, but I don't use the kinds that need it. Damage bonus. Damage bonus to psychic powers. 7% of warp heat is added to damage reduction. Armor skills are disabled. I don't know about disabling armor skills, because that's one of my abilities. Radical gives you warp heat regen. And berserk tokens. I wouldn't use that. And all this other stuff looks like it's pretty hard to unlock. I don't think I have any points. Nope. Almost got physical unlocked, but I'm not sure I'm married to doing physical damage just yet. Van Winter Legacy. Chamber of the Alpha Pariah is protected by an impenetrable force field, and only Uther's inquisitorial rosette can open this ancient barrier. However, Uther Tiberius was gravely wounded, and his most devout followers rescued him from the martyr and took him somewhere safe. Must find out where he was taken. The Van Winter house holds the key to this mystery. Time to visit one of the former points of the disgraced rogue trader family.
This place is a despicable hive of heresy and corruption.
Our crew members became wanted fugitives after the purge. They found refuge and sought to make a livelihood the best way they could.
It still won't absolve them from their sins against the Imperium. What should I be looking for?
Each of our void stations had a harbor master to supervise the operation of the port facilities. If the Cavalier still frequents this place, which I'm sure it does, this man must know its whereabouts.
Ah, damage.
Sweet. Eat that.
So much crit. Ow. That one hurts.
With your head. Your foes. I shall flay you alive.
Yeah. Alright, when the orbs spawn in me, that's a problem.
The price I pay for power.
Ah, my stuff started wearing off. Whoopsie daisy. Wasn't keeping my eye on the timers.
Off with you.
Oop. Oh, cool. 2 of these at once.
Kill the heretic.
Don't stand on that. Alright, so I think this game does a pretty good job of kind of exposing you to most Warhammer 40K factions. I don't think the Tau get involved, at least not in any of the parts I've played before. Maybe they've been added into DLC by now, but I noticed the Tau just absent from a lot of the games. Might have something to do with the people making the games thinking the Tau are dumb and pointless. Probably because that's the opinion of a lot of older Warhammer fans. I'm not one of those. And I can appreciate the idea of a faction that pretends to be the good guys, despite arguably
Inquisitor, if
being
I
even
may,
worse in some
Do you
aspects
think
than
that if I help you find the
some of the
logbook,
worst ones.
it could clear my name?
Actually, you know what? They're
I
all
seriously
worst.
doubt it. Herman van Winter was
And
found
now
guilty
chaos
of
is worse than
trafficking
worse.
heretical artifacts and consorting with forbidden cults. Your entire house.
At least
was
the other
deemed to be an
sides think they're
accessory to the
helping.
crime.
With all due respect, Inquisitor, I knew my father. He was a sly old fox, a trader who refused neither coin nor adventure, but he was a true servant of the Imperium.
The Holy Orders thought otherwise.
Whoa! Where the hell did that damage come from? Just very suddenly exploded into a ton of damage. What the fuck was that?
Witness my power.
A little neutered at the moment. Yeah.
For the Emperor.
Suppose this is the only situation where cooldown reduction would have been nice.
Die, heretic. Off with the head. The price I pay for power.
Oh, hey, look, a demon. Oh, demon's gone. Oh, hey, another demon. Some of the angles in this game. Yeah, no, game, no. That's not even slightly fucking close to what I was telling him to do. Shoot that guy over there is not walk over through fucking AoE damage. They're very different requests. You'll know which one I mean. One of them is pulling a trigger on a gun, the other one's moving somewhere. They're not similar. Yeah. Another demon. Can you guys buzz off? Hell, it might even be the same demon. I don't know how long it takes them to reform in the warp and then come back through. Yeah.
I slay in thy name. Thrice cursed Inquisitor. Now you are gone.
None of that, Ogren. That's a lot of them.
The Harbor Master.
He doesn't look too talkative.
Well,
Discharging.
fair enough. Blowing him up didn't seem to help. Oh wait, there he is.
Captain, the Harbor Master refused interrogation. Tell me he wasn't my only lead.
Maybe not. All our Harbor Masters used to log everything into a central cogitator.
I'll find that cogitator.
It's probably this one. Do-do-boo-do-do. Boop-do-do. Bye. To Harbor Master Mott. Once again, no open communication with our ship, and don't use names, not even the temporary ones. We'll meet in person soon, purge the cogitator. Hi, Harbor Master Mott to the Pale Mistress. Dumbass. My dear friend, I wish to apologize about the recent delays. You can imagine the logistical and collateral difficulties with these livestock shipments. The current leadership is open-minded about our dealings, but some of the surviving Van Winter old-timers have certain reservations about dealing with what they narrow-mindedly consider as a cult. Forgot the word what. Understandable reservations, I may add, from their perspective, of course. After all, they were serving under an extremely wealthy and dignified rogue trader dynasty for their whole life. This transition must be very troubling for them. Old Grexus may look like a liability in the light of the recent events, but his connections are valuable for our organization. We have to politely refuse your proposal, for now at least. However, we will keep him under strict supervision to avoid his interference in the future. The last portion will arrive in less than 20 cycles, stay prepared. Safe travels, Marius Mott.
Captain, are you familiar with a man called Nathaniel Grexus?
He was my father's most trusted captain. A boisterous fellow, but a good man.
Your former house members made a pact with a cult, and he refused to follow them into total depravity. They keep him locked up here somewhere.
I would humbly suggest that you find him then. He could be useful.
For chaos.
Gotta dodge around the... Yeah, fucking shit.
Fight fire with fire. Chew on this.
Oh dear. That was the worst time for that to spawn on me. Ah, demon.
Captain Grexus, I need you to come with me.
I need a few bottles of Amasec to invigorate my weary soul. And then I'm off to kill all these mongrels.
They have already paid for their crimes, Captain.
Ah, I hope you made them suffer. How can I assist you then?
Oh,
I must find
yeah.
the astute cavalier. It might have visited this station.
It was here, until these sniveling rats sold our flagship to a group of abhuman filth. Oh,
Do you know where the cruiser is now?
no, but I've heard rumors about where it's heading. Take me with you, and I can help.
consider it.
The price I pay for power.
Let me just shoot a few more things first.
Loading.
Yeah, they really should have made it up for the map, because friggin' emotes. Oh yeah, I need to get emotes on a fucking split-second decision. The map I need way more frequently. Enemies affected by dots blinded as well, right? Passive skill point. Attribute point. Anatomical knowledge, which I think is the physicals. Oh, pick that up. Whip. That spend? It did. Alright. Getting this all the way up for the beneficial warp anomalies could be interesting, but... go for that crit chance next, actually. How these focuses compare? Not even slightly. Pick up this one. At least in terms of the stats they have on them. Physical, crit strength for physical, bleeding effect, I don't use bleed. All skills dealing physical damage with less than 1 second cooldown. Yeah, that'll be nice. Critical hits add physical vulnerability. Extra when in safe status, that won't be helpful. Concussive trauma debuff on one enemy on physical skills use. Max 1 can be applied per second. Changing targets resets the debuff. Debuffed enemy takes 10% more damage per stack, stacks up to 5 times. Huh. Interesting. Now let's start doing those physicals.
My sweet Ragnar. What a cheerful sight for these sore eyes.
Captain Grexus, I haven't seen you since you vanished without a trace. Right after you were proved innocent.
It was shameful of me, I know. But I simply couldn't bear to witness how others suffered for your father's misgivings.
You're talking about a house purged for charges of heresy.
House Van Winter was filled with shady elements, no question about that. Some of them even kept me as a prisoner.
Your point being?
Not all of them are backstabbing scoundrels. Ragnar deserves a clean slate, and you won't find a better ally in the sector. Apart from old Grexus, of course.
Start with telling me where I can find the Cavalier.
I overheard my former crew members gossiping about this cult, and a world they were planning to visit with the ship. I'll give your navigator the
Cult,
coordinates.
you say? What kind of cult? A few different kinds in this world, and none of them are pretty. Alright, what do we got here? Hunt for the flagship. The Void Station... Oh, hey, Green Ghost. I unfortunately won't be able to get that Oblivion remake. I was really hoping that wasn't going to come out so soon. At least I'm not going to be able to get it fast. Void Station, the Van Winter house, held valuable information. Logbook of the family is still on their flagship, the Astute Cavalier. If I find this vessel, I may gain access to the ancient secrets of the family, finally learn where the ancestor of the Van Winters took Uther Tiberius millennia ago. Nathaniel Grexus, a captain of the Rogue Trader House, will help me to trace the mysterious ship. Your friend said it's good? It looks good. And it fixed probably one of the worst parts about original Oblivion, I think, which is everything doesn't look good. The faces have not aged well. And also the level up system wasn't great before, but maybe this will fix it, and now being a higher level doesn't put you at a disadvantage anymore.
Grexus, you have led me to a world with a full-scale demonic outbreak, and no Cavalier in the docks. Explain.
They must have changed her name.
And how are you planning to find her?
Trust old Grexus, Inquisitor. This upper hive is home to an enclave where the notable merchant princes lodge when they're passing through. All those Captain Fancy Pants, you see, not my lot. But they know all about the ships and the local systems.
You are forgetting the small matter of a demonic outbreak.
Trust me, those captains will be fine. All nice and cozy in their fortified palaces, waiting for the right time to make a run for it. Take me to the Enclave, and I'll make sure they help us.
Grexus, you seem to be oddly untroubled by recent events.
My unrelenting devotion to the Emperor keeps my spirits high.
That and your bottles of Amasec.
We all cope in our own different ways. I want to live to serve the Imperium.
Die, heretic!
Alright, so I've cut warp costs across the board, so now I can put a little more power into these. Still be it unhinged, though. Not unhinged at the moment, which means I'm actually suffering from a lot less damage than usual. Powerwash Sim 2 isn't something you were expecting? Why would they bother? I mean, I kind of like... I do like the original Powerwash. And there's Warhammer 40K DLC for it, so you know. Hard to find anything not to like.
For the Emperor!
It's one of those things where, unless they're adding some very serious stuff, I feel like they could have just kept doing DLCs instead. I mean, the original did have a narrative that I think wrapped itself on the very final mission by explaining everything instead of just letting it be weird. Like, I'm not saying don't explain things. What I am saying is let some of the let me figure out some of it myself, or speculate myself, and they let you speculate for almost a minute while you're playing the very final mission, but then they just explain everything anyways, and it's like, well, that's less fun. You know, but you will be playing because you do like Powerwash Sim. I mean, it's a fun game. I like it. I think other than that one misstep, it's very fun. And even well thought out in the plot it had. They didn't need to have a plot, but I like the one it gave until that last thing.
What were you thinking? I will accompany you.
It has working
With all
windows.
due respect, Inquisitor, someone needs to fend off the tide of chaos while I sit down with these esteemed gentlemen for a nice chit-chat.
You are truly trying my patience.
Thing is, I can't see anyone else here with the proper credentials to do this.
Can't believe
I'll
you're
take care of the
Powerwash
film.
Jesus.
Hurry up, Grexus.
How it feels in the first one. The windows are see-through. Ah. There's just straight up warp gates out and about. Okay, that explains it. They did say a full-scale demonic incursion was going on.
Repent!
How are you faring out there, Inquisitor?
Did you find your contacts, Grexus?
waiting for my security screening. These highborn captains are a suspicious lot.
There is a full-scale demonic incursion going on outside their door. I feel like suspicion is warranted. How long has it been since Skyrim released? I think it released in 2011, so 14 years.
Who are you to stand against me?
Shorter than you thought? Nah. I suppose. Random level up out of nowhere. Probably not gonna see a ground-up Skyrim remake like you did for, like Oblivion just got. Simply because Skyrim still works on modern hardware. At least the most recent version of it does. Maybe out-of-the-box vanilla doesn't.
In a palace surrounded by chaos?
Tell them that the Inquisition is taking care of the situation. Now.
Suffer my pains.
Teleport beacon in range.
Some splendid rumors for you, Inquisitor.
Do you know where the ship went?
What? Not yet. But these captains have some interesting stories about a Herman van Winter. Did you know that he got his mittens on a rare artifact? A strange navigational tool of questionable origin? That's where all his troubles began.
I'm not in the mood for your tales. Get me to the Cavalier.
Aye, Inquisitor. By the time you're finished with the invaders, I'll have the coordinates.
I am the sanctioned flame. Repent.
Yeah.
Teleport beacon in range.
Yes, kill all the demons. What are the odds I happen to go to a planet and... full-scale demonic invasion today. Of course there fucking was. There's always something going on. Never nothing, always something. Play a set against your friend. I mean... yeah, play games with your friends if you can.
Witness the glory of the Emperor. Inquisitor.
Find cover. Oh dear. Yeah, that's just a straight up full demon. Floor 2 Potemkin versus Floor 10 Leo Whitefang. Guess who I am? I understand what most of those individual words are. But I'm gonna level with you. Together, they mean almost nothing.
Off with you. Loading.
10 floors in Strive ranked, and Potemkin is a grappler, and you suck at this game. Yeah, I've never played Guilty Gear. That's not entirely true. I have played some Guilty Gear, but I've never... I think I've played Strive, at least. Definitely don't know the characters off the top of my head. Except maybe one or two.
Teleport beacon in range. Ready to fight.
All clear.
All right,
Grexus.
Grexus.
I'm still waiting for the coordinates you promised.
Allow me to express the gratitude of the noble captains with a piece of valuable information.
Do you know the location of the Cavalier, Grexus?
Something like that, aye. These gentlemen have narrowed it down to one potential destination. Your tech priest will receive the data log soon.
Your cooperation is highly appreciated,
I've
Captain.
played more Guilty Gear than
Does that
actual
mean
Guilty Gear
I'm free
fans.
to go?
I find that happens
As
a
far as
lot
I'm
with games I have a
concerned, you were
passing
never
knowledge
implicated
on.
in the Van Winter investigation. You can leave.
It was a pleasure working with you, Inquisitor. If you need
Actually, a
any
lot
help
of
in the
fandoms
future,
in general
come and
I'm in.
find me.
I'm a
I'll get my
JoJo
old
fan.
ship back, and
Be
I'll
surprised how
out
many of
there
them
among the
haven't
stars.
consumed JoJo's at all.
Ready to fight.
Outside of just, you know, the memes.
For the Emperor.
One more demon for you guys to actually fight yourselves. Let's see here. Don't really have any new powers that make this any better. Like, duration and cooldown reduction don't do anything. I'm gonna build towards knit flesh and probably put that on at least one of them. I'm constantly regenning. When you're in a never read part 6 of JoJo's tournament and your opponent is a JoJo's fan. I only read part 6, I think, probably twice. 1.5 times, probably. I watched the anime once. So it's not my favorite part. I don't... I enjoy... I enjoy it more than part 1, usually. But part 1 also gives me a headache, looking at it. Just the art style gives me a headache, and... I get, like, a lot of shit for even saying that from actual hardcore JoJo fans. Ancient relic, ooh. I need to not use my inoculator. Pretty easy, I already don't do that. Where are we going? Ambush on Aphasia Minor. Bleh. The worst fears came true. The astute Cavalier has become the vessel of a chaos cult, and it's roaming the Tenebra subsector like a cursed derelict, spreading madness and corruption in its wake. I must put an end to this. I may be able to intercept the ship on Aphasia Minor, but it must be a surgical strike. I need the astute Cavalier intact. The 80s Iraqi art style like that? You only watched the anime and then read parts 7 and 8. I think that's reasonable. The 80s art style, in part 1 at least, maybe it was just the scans they had at that time were really bad, but it's one of those old and this is a problem with me. Some of the old style stuff just gives me a headache.
This world
I forgot to actually fix up my psychic powers correctly.
Which indicates that the Cavalier could be still here.
I'm not unhinged, so I'm not doing enough damage.
Cultists spread the taint of chaos like a disease.
The Arby's channels keep repeating the name of their leader, the Blood Drinker.
I may have arrived just in time.
That could describe
I'll
anyone.
Find him and interrogate him about the Cavalier.
You could be talking about a Kroot or a Blood Raven.
Is a journey.
Or I suppose, a Word Bearer.
Load it.
Yeah, his style was not all the way there yet at that time. Like, and to be honest, probably my only complaint about 7 is I'm not in love with some of the art style of it. Well, I guess just sort of the character proportions of it in some places. But I still think it's more refined than most of the parts. That's probably the closest thing I could have to a complaint about Part 7. You're talking about Part 8. The end of Ozone Baby breaks your heart because of that last panel.
Suffer my pain.
Damn it. I have read Part 8, but I only read through it once because it's so long. And it was right when Part 9 came out, so it's been, I think, a little over a year now. And I am behind on Part 9 now. Two years. What? Fair enough. I was just... It wasn't immediately when Part 9 came out. It was like...
Kill the heretic!
'cause I think I started Part 9 when there were already at least a couple chapters of it. Blue. Open it and I will feast on your soul. Order Axis. This letter is a safety measure if I won't return to the base. Must warn you, we have serious doubts about Brother Cadax. I always thought his obsession with Herman Van Winter and his 8 times damned ship was a mere nuisance. There's something else. In a year and a bit, yeah. So, I don't quite remember what you're referring to when you say the last panel of Ozone, baby. Was the point I was kind of getting at. Something else. Spent years hunting for the astute Cavalier, and I followed the orders when he sold our most sacred artifact to Van Winter, so we had to float blindly in the endless sea. I didn't complain when we abandoned the glorious damnation and moved to this junk heap. Now we're evading the dogs of this corpse emperor. Wreak havoc, spread chaos, open gates to the realms beyond. These were our orders, sanctified by the Despoiler himself. Getting orders straight from Abaddon, wow. We are following the fickle dreams of a lunatic. Here is the key to Uther's secret. The Anathema Ultima cannot be born. The seal must be ours. Panel of Josuke really sad, and it makes you really sad. Fair enough. Riddles upon riddles, since he got that damned Scar epistle from the Martyr. Our warband has nothing to do with that ship, and who cares about Uther's corpse? We have a war to win. The early withdrawal from Argon Prime was a shame. Our patrons are displeased. Feel it in my flesh. We have to discuss these matters with the others as soon as possible.
New log entry. This is way more than the machinations of some mad cultists. It's the word bearers again. But this time, they had knowledge of the Martyr and Uther's secret. And they were hunting for Herman Van Winter. The Chaos Sorcerer I defeated also has ties to Rexus, the Chaos Sorcerer in charge of this unholy operation. Sacred murder.
Now you are gone. Death is a journey.
And you're at the end of it. Come on, come on. Come on. Aim at the one I'm clearly aiming at, game. This is the one issue with this game, and by the way, it's not fixed if you use a mouse. It always auto-targets anyways, and it's not very good at it.
I slay in thy name.
90% of the time it picks what you want to aim at, but a lot of the time it'll pick something behind like 40 different things that are way closer to you trying to kill you. Come on, die.
Captain, I have new information regarding your father's fate.
Please tell me it's good news.
Your father did indeed acquire a Chaos artifact from the Word-bearers.
So, it's not good at all.
I strongly suspect that those monsters tried to corrupt your father, probably to get their hands on the logbook. It's not over yet, Captain.
Come on, there he goes.
Perish, Phil.
So much chaos over here. Keep my warp heat high. In fact, probably take off one of the cost reductions on one of these so that I can get back to being unhinged and get all my damage back.
Loading. Repent.
You did you? That money.
Pray for death, mortal.
Yeah.
You are guilty. Sacrifice. Reloading. Sacred murder. To your false. Off with you.
The more I think about it, I don't think this game... I mentioned earlier, I think this introduces you to most of the major factions. And I mentioned, oh wait, I don't think you deal with the Tau. The more I think about it, I don't think the orcs ever show up in this game either.
Blood drinker. The man, the myth, the target. I'll take him out, but I'll use non-lethal methods.
It's interesting, the subtitles defined the character as female, but the voice line clearly didn't.
I have the cultist leader in custody. He's incapacitated. Take him to the ship and
Yeah,
have the
you
latest
can
biologist
very
prepare
clearly
the
tell.
necessary serums.
Understood, Inquisitor.
Ooh, passive skill points. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Gets me the ability to start knitting flesh into my psychic abilities. Yeah, cut that down a little. It's actually not increasing by all that much. Three at 28% should get me to unhinged. Warp damage, I don't really do that, but I'm building towards crit chance right now.
The interrogation was successful, Inquisitor.
Well
the
done.
subject embraced the biochemical gifts of the Omnisire wholeheartedly. You can find my report on your data slate.
Give me an outline.
The Chaos cult that acquired the Cavalier was following the commands of a Chaos sorcerer. I won't utter its name. It burns my tongue like bile.
So they were spreading the taint on the orders of the word-bearers.
That sorcerer recently ordered the Cavalier to return to their headquarters. I have the location for you.
Check some of my gear I found. How's this thing doing? On your level or higher. So I have to not level up during it for that to go off. That causes a slight problem. I'm not fully in control of when I level up. Not leveling up every time I do one of these, but if I do, that means I'm not making progress on that skill. Do it at +1 to guarantee it. Let's try.
I'm on the Cavalier. It doesn't look good, Captain. The cultists clearly didn't believe in regular maintenance protocols.
Those filthy scoundrels. Let us hope that they
Yeah,
will
that's
see
the
the error
easiest
of
way
their
to-
ways soon.
First, I will take care of the word-bearer
Oh,
scum.
really?
Then I will
Even all
find the
that
log-
isn't enough to get me up to unhinged. Wow. Alright, I'll have to take, costs down off of one of them, I guess. No, this is way more corpses than I was paying attention to there being. That's not fucking good. Yeah. What have we here? By Lord Roxas to Brother Krugrim, Brother Cynics, Brother Zygax, Brother Arlax. They were just asking to be Chaos Cultists with names like those. Brothers, I'm aware of the anger and frustration boiling among our ranks. In these trying times, we ride two Juggernaut with one harness, following the 8 times blessed orders of our master and the cloudy visions of our sorcerer at the same time. But remember this. The signs and divinations of the Endless Sea are sacred, like Lorgar himself said. We are veterans of a 10 millennia-long war, forged in the fires of hell. If we have to hide in the shadows, so be it. If we have to use deception and treachery, so be it. If we have to throw ourselves on the pyre of martyrdom, so be it. Cadax may be a warlock, but he is still our brother, the only conduit left to our glorious masters. Antagonizing him at this moment would be unwise. I spoke with the Warp Smith, and he thinks our meddling with the logbook is futile. It uses ancient technology from the Dark Ages, and strangely resistant to our blessed hexes. That means we have to keep the astute Cavalier safe and fulfill Brother Cadax's wishes for the foreseeable future. Keep our lesser brothers in line. It's not the right time for scheming and rebellious attitude. Let the galaxy burn.
My ears are bleeding. I must stop this Emperor Forsakenness.
Ah, yes, the corpse mound. Stop aiming at the mine and shoot at the demon coming at you, my guy. Friggin' flame launchers. None of any of that shit.
Fight fire with fire. I am the sanctioned flame.
Ah, I guess this is the other way I could have gone.
A gas trap. Not a boring day at all.
Oh dear, Hellbrute.
Done. The stench.
Oh, I was having poison gas pumped into my blood as well. Didn't even notice that happening. Hellbrute. Aye. Teleport beacons, probably connected to that trap I deactivated. Let's see here. Ooh, relic blueprint. Person live tweeting their reaction of the JoJo anime, and it's so funny. Is this someone who had no idea what they were getting into?
Recoil, unclean.
Because those are always the best. Yep. Oh, it must be nice. Well, what are some highlights so far?
What a surprise! Did you come to witness our victory, Inquisitor?
Cause your
To
defeat.
serve you the Emperor's justice. Just like I did with your foul brothers.
Can't wait till they get to the beach episode.
You cannot
Beach
stop what is
episode.
coming, even if you kill every one of us, which you won't.
Knows what you know.
Who are you to stand against me?
They call every villain hot, then they get revealed to be the worst, and they cheer when they die. Yeah, that's about the crux of it. like JoJo's, alright. Jay Guile got extra cheering when he died for obvious reasons. Because he's also ugly. That'd be my guess. Star Epistle. It is an urgent message, thus I'm using your Bloodforged flesh puppet. I am trapped on this 8-time accursed ship. Time is different for me, but you must act swiftly. The Viscarum revelation was right. Uther Twiceborn came close to creating the Anathema Ultima. According to the ancient recording I found, he made a pact with the Primogenitor, which would explain his success. A reminder never to trust the treacherous ones. The Anathema is protected by powerful hexes, far beyond my powers. Destruction of the ship won't help, since the walls of her cage defy the laws of real space, and the Aether alike. The key is the Twiceborn's rosette. You must find it. Our strongest lead suggests it's in the possession of the Van Winter Rogue Trader clan. They must have the answers to where Uther's body lies. Try to corrupt their leader, with treasures he can't refuse. Give him what he needs the most, and he will lead us to the rosette. No, because he's that murderer and his, death is just that satisfying. Also cool. If your attempts fail, set the Imperials on him. They won't believe his innocence, so you can find the answers among the ruins of his legacy. Seek out the Utherians among the Inquisition, and you might find something under the dust of millennia. I'll guard this secret with my warband. Everything else is irrelevant. Revelation is dubious. The Anathema may not be our destruction, but the risk is too great.
Captain, I've gained a new insight into your father's case. These word-bearers were acting on orders from the sorcerer I encountered on the Martyr. They were trying to find Uther's rosette, and lured your father into a trap to reach their goal.
In the light of these details, is there any chance that the name of my family could be cleared?
Your father acted irresponsibly, but he was not a willing servant of chaos. We'll see. First, I need that logbook.
Go to my father's private quarters and find his personal cogitator. It will open the chamber where he kept his most treasured possessions.
Cogitate.
The door is open. I'm going inside.
Treasure. And treasure. Boatloads of money.
I have found the logbook, but I can't open it.
Take the log back to the ship, Inquisitor. It can only be opened by my ancestral signet ring, which is coded to my DNA.
Yeah, that makes sense. Don't want anyone else using these. Gull teleportation. High enhanced warfare. Damage bonus weapon skills per point of current warp heat. I already have that equipped. What do you mean it's unlocked? I guess you can unlock it at a level or unlock it early by achievement? That makes some sense. Alright, let's try with one of these at full cost, maybe? See how that works?
I have opened the logbook, Inquisitor. It was extraordinary. I held in my hands the entire secret history of my house.
I trust it will make fascinating reading. But for now, I only need the details about Uther Tiberius.
I can tell you where Gregor Van Winters took the survivors of the Martyr, but that happened a very, very long time ago.
Only lead we
It's
got.
the only lead I have.
Yep.
Take us to those coordinates, Captain.
I'll make the necessary arrangements. Meanwhile, you have a message from the Conclave.
This is a message from Inquisitor Helena Goslar. I must tell you, I was in charge of purging the Van Winter family. I have learned that you have reopened the investigation, and in all honesty, I find your decision perplexing. All my actions followed the decrees of the Lex Imperialis and spiritual guidance gained through rigorous penitential practices. Now it falls upon you to make a new decision regarding the future of this house.
Let's see. Morality choice. Puritan, Herman Van Winter might have been misled by the followers of Chaos. He was still involved in heretical deeds. Cannot sanction this kind of behavior. Or, radical. Herman Van Winter was trafficking in forbidden artifacts. He was a victim of unholy machinations, and his house could be useful to us in the future. Unholy machinations, and also forbidden-ish.
Captain, I have made my decision regarding the fate of your house. Your father participated in forbidden practices, but his intentions were not heretical. The name of your house will be cleared. I'm still counting on you and your ship in the future, though.
Thank you, Inquisitor. I am very grateful. Rest assured, I will serve your cause with absolute dedication.
Alright. I've got, oh yeah, Radical 50 plus 10% warp damage. That doesn't do anything for me. Touched by the Empyrean, Forbidden Knowledge, Warp Adaptation, Ability and Penitence on the Radical Path skill tree. Radical perk. Demon Forged item enchantments, whereas the other side, Warp Resist. Puritan perk, Holy Shabba. Are the Radical Path things. Soul Harvest Ritual seems good. Learn some blueprints. This other stuff too interesting, so... Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. After I successfully retrieved the logbook from the astute Cavalier, Ragnar Van Winter supplied me with the coordinates of the location where Uther Tiberius was taken from the Martyr. The Imperial Archives list the place as a currently abandoned mining station. It could be a clever ploy to distract unwelcome visitors. In we go.
What is this place exactly?
According to the port cogitators,
Infested by
it used to
Nurgle.
be a mining station. Then it was turned into a colossal plague ward during a system-wide outbreak.
I need more information on its history. I will locate the central cogitator. It may be able to tell me more.
There we go. That's the damage I was looking for. Damage that scales not just by being at unhinged, but by how unhinged it is.
Is it about Uther Tiberius?
In a way, yes. My ancestor, Gregor van Winter, founded our house not long after he brought Tiberius to this place. Gregor received his warrant of trade due to the influence of some new inquisitors in the Caligari Conclave, who used to travel on his ship, and who vouched for him.
It means that the most loyal followers of Uther quietly returned to the Inquisition after the fall of their master. This might warrant a future investigation.
Thing you found on the internet. It's a parody account for Potemkin. The original person lost the password, but a new tweet was sent and the original owner thought it was the scheduled tweet they made and forgot about it, but then Potemkin replied saying wrong. Will become real in 10 seconds. That's pretty fucked up. I guess the password, right? Or the password might never have been lost. Now there, Potemkin.
The central cogitator.
Alright, I got the level up, but I also upped the difficulty, and unless I somehow level up twice in the same mission,
I found an area previously
could be fine.
classified as a shrine, but it was sealed off almost 1,000 years ago. If this place used to be a sanctuary for Uther, his followers must have walled off his most private chambers after he died or left. I'm on my way there.
Inquisitor, per your request, a search was initiated in our data troves looking for information on the system, dating back millennia.
What did you find?
Original registration marks Mining Station 121 as a Type 4 monastery. Status was obtained 3 standard years after the alleged arrival of Tiberius. Status was later changed to Mining Station, then to Plague Ward by inquisitorial orders.
So, Uther's followers made their sanctuary disappear under piles of dead bodies. Clever.
Ah yes, the true enemy of the Imperium. Not chaos. Paperwork. The Xenos wish they did as much damage to the Imperium as the Adepta Administratum does. honey.
I have found the gate leading to those ancient corridors.
Fair
It is
enough.
sealed.
Proceed to the cogitator to open it. Follow my instructions.
Cogitate.
The logs indicate that the gate was accessed several times over the last few decades.
Great. I wonder what I'll find inside.
Pain. Just a guess.
Inquisitor, a cruiser is approaching the station. It is broadcasting on inquisitorial vox channels. Their authentication is genuine.
This must be the right place.
Oh, come on.
looks
They did
like
not
a
think
tomb.
that through
It's
even
empty.
slightly if they made
But
this
if
interrupt
these
that.
Utherians laid their leader to rest here, where is the body?
Do you request a primer on the rate of human decomposition over millennia?
Don't try my patience, Tech Priest. Even the bones are missing. I'll take a look around.
Brother, probably you won't receive this letter in time, but as Guardian of the Corpus, I must try to end this madness. The ancestors of our orders made a sacred oath to fulfill the wonderful vision of Uther Tiberius about the Imperium beyond and the golden age of mankind. We spent 10,000 years hiding in the shadows. Millions sacrificed everything for this dream. After all these years, all is left this stronghold and a few scattered brother and sister inside the Inquisition. It is now the right time for internal strife, intrigues, and betrayal. Still, I can see the twisted reason in your actions. The reappearance of the Martyr renders your position inside the Inquisition somewhat uneasy. Sooner or later, our ancient secrets will break the surface. Tying up the loose ends in this situation may look necessary. But you have no legal nor moral authority to overrule such an ancient pact. We fulfilled our part in the great scheme with honor and dignity. This one is the least remaining stronghold of our holy order. You cannot disband it and steal the corpus due to selfish reasons. They are missing a lot of fucking words in this. They did not have a proofreader. I hope the Emperor will open your eyes to the truth in this very last moment. Volmar Rodas, Guardian of the Holy Corpus.
I have found proof that this place was raided by an inquisitorial team. They took away Uther's remains. But why? The survivors suspected treachery. That I know.
You have visitors. The inquisitorial ship dispatched a team to the station, and they're heading towards your position.
I'll meet them halfway.
Alright, what's up, Inquisis?
I am Interrogator Kotar. You are in breach of Code Indigo protocols, Inquisitor. Even the agents of the Holy Orders need a special permit to enter this area. I must ask you to lay down your weapons and follow me into custody.
How dare you address me like this? I will do no such thing, Interrogator.
My sincere apologies, Inquisitor, but I must follow my orders. You have left me no choice. Kill him!
So you end up fighting, and they're like wearing actual equipment that the other classes can wear. I think that's always what it is. It'll be 2 of one class and then 1 of another. But it won't be your own class, because then it would look just like you and that'd be weird.
Let's pick up where we left off, shall we?
Please, Inquisitor. I was only following the orders of Inquisitor Flavius Draken.
Why would an Inquisitor send agents against other Inquisitors?
My orders were extremely specific. After Inquisitor Draken removed the body buried in this tomb, he set up a team to monitor the station and act immediately if the area is breached.
Inquisitor Flavius Draken took away the remains. Where can I find this man?
The last time we had contact, he was preparing for a special assignment. The Conclave must have records on his mission.
Trust me, I'll find him.
Yeah, you can't actually kill him, but it's really funny to try. His spell teleport went off twice for some reason. That was weird. Inoculator component, passive skill. Legacy complete. Warp heat diffusion. Don't think I need that. Psi focus attribute point. Complete missions without using the inoculator on your level or higher. I did do that. It's unlocked all the other stuff, but that won't unlock for some reason. And I'm not using my... Do you mean without having one equipped? Because that's a very different thing to mean.
I have received your request, Inquisitor. I would strongly recommend that you provide more details on the background of your inquiry next time. Still, I see no harm in disclosing the current whereabouts of Inquisitor Draken. Your fellow agent is currently doing the Emperor's work on a world consumed by the flames of the war against chaos. A whole planet cleansed with blood. They could surely use the help of other Inquisitors.
Noted. Through fire and flames, we carry on. If it's not gonna give me the buff anyway, why would I bother increasing the difficulty?
How am I supposed to find an Inquisitor in the middle of a war zone?
Kill everyone who's an enemy, and only he will be left.
Center. In the meantime, the unclean maggots have surrounded the fortifications.
Hello,
Can I
Caius.
fight the entire army on my own?
You carry the Emperor's will as your torch. You can destroy the armies of darkness.
Any suggestions how?
I've been listening in on the Astra Militarum Vox chatter. They have a Shadow Sword tank ready to break the blockade near your location.
Then I will requisition that tank. So be it.
Attention, guardsmen! Inquisitor taking command!
At ease, Commander.
Awaiting your orders, Inquisitor!
By the powers vested in me, I hereby requisition your vehicle. Take me through the enemy lines to the command center.
Yes, Inquisitor! With an agent of the Holy Orders among us, we have nothing to fear.
I mean, this specific agent, yeah, you ain't gotta be afraid of shit. Oh yeah, you get to play as a tank this level.
I know it goes without saying, Inquisitor, but we will do everything we can to help. We would follow your commands whatever the situation. But on top of that, you are looking for Flavius Draken. The man is a hero to us.
controls aren't amazing, I'll level with you. It'll aim at the most random crap rather than what you actually want to hit. Like, it keeps aiming at mines rather than the enemy I'm fucking looking at. Not a practice I'd recommend, soldiers. Like, they really couldn't have put so many mines here if the thing's really gonna target them first, because now I don't really get to play the game as much.
Draken's reputation around here, Inquisitor, but allow me to clarify. Draken is a legend among us. When we win this war, our victory will be due in no small part to him.
Again, it's aiming at a fucking mine that I'm not even looking at, rather than the enemies actually in front of me. It's an absolute absurdity of the controls of this tank. They'll aim for things literally outside of their range before the things you're actually fighting. Lehman Russ tank? How dare you make me destroy one of those? Not the fucking guardsman, the tank I was just looking at.
Hope you don't mind me saying, but Draken is one of the most cold-blooded Inquisitors I've ever seen. But he must be, I suppose. Inquisitor Draken is the protector of this world. I've heard rumors that he even had his own fortress built around here.
Okay. They really are sucking this guy's dick. What the fuck is... Aiming at every tank except the one in front of me. There, just keep it suppressed forever, I guess. Okay.
Praise the Emperor! We fought our way through the enemy lines. We can't take you beyond this point, Inquisitor. The Emperor's blessing be upon you. They will need your help in there.
Alright then. That was less fun than it should have been. Biomantic Sword. Kill 10 elites without dying, at least on your level. Still got a new auto pistol. Those are not out of the question as an option. Short burst. Fires multiple shots. Continuous fire as long as you're holding the button. Single shot. Applies vulnerability. What does Breacher do? You miss your wife? Sure you do, Bathwater. I'm sure you do. Increase damage to cover. I don't really do bleeding, so don't need to worry about that. Definitely damage bonus to less than a second duration. That sounds good. Hi, by the way, Bathwater. The situation on Nereus 3 is worse than I had expected. The traitors of the Alpha Legion decimated the Imperial defenders of the capital. It'll be a real challenge to track down an Inquisitor under these circumstances. The Imperial Command Center is the last known location of Inquisitor Draken. I'll try to find my way through the occupied area. The Alpha Legion? Are you sure it's the Alpha Legion? It's never clear. No one else is ever sure. I think the story is, an Inquisitor is investigating a Chaos cult. He gets to their place and finds it's already been defeated by a Gene Stealer cult. And he manages to track down their hive and finds only their corpses and a message saying, "You're welcome" from Alfarius.
I'd strongly suggest you find the communications room.
And there's nothing but confusion and concern in that story.
I'm on my way.
What the fuck? Does Unhinged just give you a random chance to explode? Because that's really... I know it's lore accurate, but it's not a fun way to do it when you have stuff that encourages me to play like that. Maybe one of those exploding ones just spawned on top of me and I wasn't paying attention?
Repent.
Yeah.
Reloading. I'm
Give me
at
this.
the communication center. I'll check the logs for the last few Vox messages. The situation is very grave. The traitor Marines have destroyed the defenses. I even found a knight on the list of casualties.
A knight?
Those mongrels have destroyed a combat walker. Curses be upon them.
The traitors
Whoa,
took
curse
prisoners.
upon ye.
I'm going to rescue them. There is still hope that someone has information about Draken. I will rip your mind into shreds. Die, heretic! Reloading!
Yeah. That friggin' floating mine just come out at me.
Cleanse me of my sins.
Ah. Ow. Let's see what this is that I'm standing in. 50% damage bonus. Yeah, that's pretty strong. Too bad. I should probably use those when they show up. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Gotta keep a better eye on my cooldowns. They are wearing off way more than I should be letting them. Don't know why he walked up to melee range when I was pressing the shoot them with a gun button. I don't have a smack them with a sword button. I don't have a sword.
Now you are gone.
What the fuck? That shit again. What happened? Am I just not paying attention and something's spawning on me? I don't think so.
Cleanse me of my sins.
Dang it. That shit.
Who are you to stand against me?
It sure is a giant chaos spawn. Yeah. Down you go. Jesus.
The prisoners are still alive.
Fucking shoot him. Don't run up to him.
Those slithering traitors spared them.
Praise the Emperor! You have saved us all from a terrible fate, Inquisitor.
Wonder how they'll animate
I'm only doing
Sandman.
the Emperor's work. I must find Inquisitor Draken.
Yeah, that's definitely his
here?
name.
Inquisitor Draken had to make a decision, and he made it with a very heavy heart. When he realized that the city could not be saved, but the rest of our world still has a fighting chance, he has returned to his fortress. He is keeping the main Chaos forces occupied until reinforcements
Definitely.
arrive.
But what other name could he possibly have? I can't think of another way to say that word.
Loading.
Ow. Okay, I guess I gotta kill everything here first. Could not possibly think of a different sound, man.
I am the sanctioned flame. Suffer my
Can't wait for that shitstorm to hit when the dub-only watchers get to it. They'd be like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Emperor, we are saved.
Get your guns, team. And just kill anything that comes after you, but quick warning, nothing's gonna come after you. That'd require them to survive what I'm about to do. And I'm fucking unhinged. Don't stand there.
reloading.
Open says I.
Ambrose Caradoc, the pilot of the Crimson Wanderer, at your service.
Well met, sir. You're a Freeblade, aren't you?
A lonesome warrior reporting for duty. Sir Caradoc, roaming the sector, fighting our enemies, and aiding the helpless.
Did
Ah,
the traitorous scum really destroy your knight?
They had something more obscene in mind. But that would have taken longer, and I know in my heart that the Crimson Wanderer is still waiting for me in the hangar.
I must reach Draken's fortress immediately.
You need to cross the city to get there, and it has become a
now
ruined
we get to have the
battlefield,
fun version of that
crawling
other
with
mission.
armies of monstrosities. But don't lose heart, Inquisitor. The true gifts of the
The
Emperor
watchers will be
come with the
confused
most
when,
unexpected
in a silent
moments.
way,
What do you have
when they
in
hear,
mind,
will be
Sir
confused in a silent
This is a
way when they hear that
quest
part.
worthy of the Crimson Wanderer. I will take it upon myself to fight my way through the battlefield and clear your way to the fortress.
Alright, skull teleport. What is that? What the fuck is this guy doing? Oh. Dude, put your goddamn tongue away. I don't care if it's a second blade. It's gross. Premium crit? Yeah, this is the one I have equipped. Or... No, I don't. Incensed weapons. I put some nice little smells on my bullets. My... bullet isn't really the right word for what a bolt is. I suppose it'd almost be more accurate to call them tiny little rocket-propelled things. I guess they're rocket-propelled. I've liberated and occupied the command center and rescued Ambrose Caradoc, pilot of the Crimson Wanderer, Freeblade Knight. Ambrose Caradoc offered his help, which I accepted without hesitation.
All set, Inquisitor. The Crimson Wanderer, this magnificent relic of our glorious past, is ready to strike down the unclean and the corrupted. I will guide my knight to the very gates of Draken's fortress.
That's a weird thing about the Wanderer. It's always turned around when you first, like, put it on. Tiny little rocket-propelled things.
So, you wanted to know more about me? I forsook my house and became a Freeblade a very long time ago. Alas, I cannot give you a satisfying reason for my decision. I am bound by the oath of secrecy, you see, for reasons that I won't divulge at the moment.
Alright, I've got this shield. You seen Order the Pope drawing the JoJo Golden Clouds? How did the Pope die? I wasn't paying it. I saw he was trending.
I gave up our heraldry for a reason. My oath prevents me from discussing my past. But I still dream about our proud castles, the mighty ramparts, forges, furnaces, the ranks of our proud knights marching against the enemy. We thwarted countless invasions by the foul Xenos, you know.
He died on Easter? Wow. I mean, if you're gonna be the Pope and if you gotta pick a day to die, that's one of the better ones. If you die on Halloween, people are gonna start asking questions. You die on Easter, it's like, poor bastard. He died the 21st Italian time. You had an argument with Relic about this? I'll take whoever says it first's word for it. We have time for payback. You think your piddly little lasgun's gonna do something to a fucking knight? It's goddamn not.
I'm approaching Draken's subterranean fortress. I've been monitoring the local Vox channels, and I've learned that the Inquisitor is very hard-pressed to keep the tide at bay. He sent out a special team on an assignment, and they haven't returned yet. You should be more than welcome there.
She went searching for an article published in California stating he died on Easter, thus she approved it because it's the only one that agreed with her. I mean, that's how you argue on the internet. You find one thing that says you're right, and then you stop looking. Word bearers, decimators. Ooh. But a decimator ain't shit to a knight. Apparently they were gonna try to convert this knight to a chaos machine, but it didn't work. Or they needed a lot more time to do it, at least. Easter is the only day the Pope can die on. Got an earlier statement from the other day that our time zone, Eastern US, is the only one that matters. Well, that's my time zone as well, so of course that's the only one that matters. She is correct about that. Aha! I totally got... Is Easter when Jesus got put on the cross, died on the cross, or when he, on out the gulag? That's when he got out. Easter is supposed to be the day he got out. Good Friday is supposed to be the first day he was, entombed. Though, then Easter could never, wouldn't fall on a Sunday every single time if it was the actual day, but you know.
We have arrived. Soon I will place a teleport beacon here, so you can jump straight to the gates anytime you like. I cannot follow you any further, Inquisitor. Rest assured, though, that I won't stray too far while you are down here.
Alright, yeah, you just stay out here blowing up anything that approaches. That'll get us pretty far. Guild tree unlocked. Arbitra's shock tactics. Okay. Through the fire and the flames, we carry on. Not exactly on the day, but like it's more convenient for everyone. It's more like it's the day honoring it. Crimson Wanderer carved a bloody path through the lines of the Alpha Legion and helped me to reach the Inquisitorial fortress of Flavius Draken. Soon I will stand face to face with the Inquisitor. Could be an extremely tense discussion.
The fortress is under siege. The gates have been
Of
destroyed,
fucking course
and I
it
see
is.
signs of heavy fighting.
The attackers couldn't have ventured too deep. They must have broken through the defenses only recently.
What about Flavius Draken?
I think that Inquisitor Draken is still alive. I'm monitoring all Vox channels and I would have heard about his demise.
Then I will find him without delay.
On you little horde bastards.
Perish, filth.
Yeah.
Teleport beacon in range.
And I'll be beginning my teleport elsewhere. I don't know, man.
Those traitorous weaklings of the Alpha Legion have amassed a colossal fighting force. They're about to launch a new attack. I can hardly wait.
I mean, if you've got this handled, go for it, my guy. Like, you've got one of the few things out there that can genuinely fight a dreadnought and possibly come out on top. That is a short list in Warhammer.
Suffer my pain. I'm underground, Captain, in a besieged Inquisitorial fortress. We might lose the Voxing.
Forgive me for asking, but do Inquisitors have their own fortresses?
Sometimes an Inquisitor needs a base of operations. Armories, supply depots, and vaults.
Have you ever been tempted to have one of your own?
Honestly, I wouldn't mind having a fortress.
Full honesty, it'd be pretty cool. That is like the one genuine statement I think you can get out of the Inquisitor, and the entire thing is like, full disclosure, fortresses sound pretty cool. I'd like one. But I move around so much, I feel like I don't know where I'd even put it. You are a very on-the-go Inquisitor. Some of them stick to a sector. But you really do not. Yeah. That fucking... Yeah. Not getting me. At a fortress, you make a second one and slip it into two teams.
Inquisitor. That's what I call perfect timing. Did the Conclave send you?
No. I
You
came of
call
my
it
own
Team
volition.
Fortress 2.
After all,
I don't know.
you tried to have me killed.
Ah,
And
You must
look,
be
that's
the one
cool
who
and all,
set my
but I'm really
integrity
hoping on
free.
that third fortress
The time of
really soon. You know,
reckoning is
I love the two fortress feel,
It
but I
seems
feel like
so.
they could totally do a
you
third
want to
one, you know?
execute me? Will you make
It
look
feels like
I
everything's
perished
set
during
up.
the battle? That's what I would do.
I don't doubt it. At the moment, I only want to talk to you, Draken, about Uther Tiberius.
You really chose the most untimely moment to interrogate me.
I'll make sure that you survive, and I'll get my answers after that.
Sounds reasonable. I'll take care of this side. You deal with the rest. Get ready.
The traitors are launching a full-scale attack against the fortress, Inquisitor. I will wait into the dark tide with blazing weapons.
The Dark Tide, you say?
For the Emperor! Kill the heretic!
Ow.
Inquisitor, I will hunt down their leader. If you cut off the head, the rest will flee. You have to keep them at bay until then.
I'm working on that part. All these friggin' crystal formations keep showing up. Really the only warp anomaly it feels like doing right now, it looks like.
I slay in thy name.
Mines.
But if certain death is all that awaits me here, I will gladly make that covenant. Keep fighting, Inquisitor. I'm on my way to their leader.
I'm working it out. A fucking... One just ended and another one of these fucking things spawns. For that horse race test Twitter account you mentioned before, yes? Still don't fully understand the concept, but I understand what you're talking about.
So be it then. What a glorious day! How are you faring, Inquisitor? If I fall, my death will have had a purpose. I am fighting for the fate of a world.
A race was put out today, and you're pretty sure Cyan is in the layers of hell right now. Context? If you would kindly. Ah, some books exploded. No! Two more tarantula turrets. Fucking ow.
I'm truly grateful for the task you gave me, Inquisitor. I'm almost there. Only one wave left.
Ow. All the horses are different shades of cyan. One is white, the other lowest scoring horse. They're all monsters. Last race was called Cyan's Purgatory, so we might have entered Dante's Inferno.
Kill the heretic.
Sounds about right. White one won, of course, because Cyan never wins. People just decided they didn't want that one to win, so it never wins the votes. It was called that by the fans. I assumed that's what you meant.
walked through the fire and flames to deliver the Emperor's justice. Their despicable leader has fallen!
Good job, Ambrose. Flavius, what's up?
Inquisitor, you'd make a valuable ally, or a fearsome adversary. What do you want to know about Uther Tiberius?
You removed his vestiges from his tomb, and you set up a kill team to protect the secret. I want to know where Uther's remains are.
You are looking for Uther's sacred vestiges, but you seem to have no idea what you're dealing with. I won't tell you anything, Inquisitor.
Draken, I've been following the trail of Uther Tiberius for a very long time. Believe me, what I found on the Martyr could have grave consequences for the Imperium. So, talk to me.
What? You visited Uther's sacred monastery?
Yeah.
Forgive me, I didn't realize. You must be the one our mutual friend mentioned. My sincerest apologies, I thought he was mistaken.
Where are the remains?
The tomb wasn't secure anymore. The Guardian of the Corpus became weak and old, just like our order. I had to make a hard decision. We had to transfer the sacred vestiges to a safer place. It's on a moon that isn't even charted. You can find the coordinates in the cogitator.
Draken chose questionable methods, and he seems to have ties to a secret group. But he understands that sometimes we must commit unconventional acts for the Imperium. He can live. Draken has committed heroic deeds, but he was trying to kill an agent of the Inquisition. He indicated the existence of a secret conspiracy. It's heresy, and I cannot let him live.
I
radical.
find your methods beyond question.
Because we're radical.
But you are clearly doing the Emperor's work. We both know that sometimes one must commit terrible acts for the Imperium. You are free to go.
We'll see. With the Draken, recent developments classified only with grade Primus 1 clearance. Lord M. After all these years, I'm still reluctant to contact you directly. The unexpected developments concerning the legacy of our blessed forefather leave me no choice. Following your orders, I've retrieved the Corpus and all his sacred vestiges and transferred everything to the safe place. The cult members resisted, so I was obliged to purge the sanctum and respectfully relieve our brothers of their duties. A most regrettable turn of events. I'll set into motion the process of having the place re-evaluated as a mining station. Your suggestion was sound. The Forbidden Cathedral proved to be a suitable hiding place. I've convinced the Keepers about the authenticity of the remains, and they willingly accepted that they needed to undergo the safety protocols. I find it ironic that the Adeptus Ministorum is now guarding the Forefathers' remains. The matter of your former associate is proving to be increasingly problematic. Based on the information I received from you, I'm afraid the mind wipe cut deeper than we had thought. The silence of Klosterheim is disheartening. There was an incident with a sweeper squad of mine. Fear that an encounter with the agent is imminent. Your humble servant, Inquisitor Draken.
Captain, I have all the answers.
Yeah.
I'm on my way.
He was quite concerned I was coming here just to bury him. Yeah, there he is on the map, if you can see it. What's interesting is, depending on if you've been Radical or Puritan, prior to that first encounter, it'll depend on what group actually you are ambushed by. Got a point. That's passive. I'll start building towards that chance for better warp anomalies. Because with me constantly having warp anomalies, even a slight improvement would be great. Critical hits, dealing physical damage at a physical vulnerability stack to the target. Alright. What's up, Ragna?
Inquisitor, we have arrived at the coordinates you gave me. You also have a message from the Conclave.
We have received reports of your recent encounter with Inquisitor Draken. We appreciate the way you handled the situation. We are aware that Draken exceeded his authority in certain cases, and we will make sure he is justly reprimanded for his actions. But you seem to understand that our work often requires some adjustments to the decrees. We see huge potential in you, Inquisitor.
Good to hear.
Where are we, Captain?
Honestly, I have no idea. This moon doesn't appear in any Imperial records, although it houses an ecclesiarchy cathedral.
Anything else I should be aware of?
Our Argos keep picking up disturbing warp signatures from this segment of the void. However, there is an Imperial fortress defending the cathedral. It could hold the answers you need.
Noted. Uther's Tomb. Uther's Tombirius. I've tied up the loose ends with Inquisitor Draken. I learned that he removed the vestiges of Uther Tiberius from his tomb and took everything to a much safer hiding place. If everything goes according to plan, I might be able to obtain the Uther's Inquisitorial Rosette and swiftly return to the Martyr. Alas, in my profession, events don't tend to follow plans all that closely. Yes, I can plan to go somewhere and find something only to find it's been fucking stolen already.
We see signs of recent
Every
struggle
time.
everywhere. Whatever this place is, it has been ravaged by chaos recently, and the hostiles
What
must
should you
still
do
be
when a
here.
friend is hanging out with a former friend you hate more than
We'll
anything?
explore the area first.
Well, I'd have to say that you have two options. If your friend is aware that you and your former friend don't get along, but they still want to be friends with them, I think you should just respect their decision at the end of the day. Just respect that they have a different relationship with this person than you do. And just, like, keep out of it, you know? Or, if it's honestly truly a deal breaker for you, then like, depending on why you hate this person, if it's just the two of you don't get along, you had a falling out, and now you don't want to hang out anymore, but this other friend wasn't really involved in the falling out, and
So be it then.
then leave it be, I think. But if it's something huge, and like you really feel hurt and betrayed that they're still hanging out with this person, talk to them about it, and work with them to figure out how to move forward.
Who are you to stand against me?
Playing that vulnerability is real nice. It means I can sometimes apply 2 stacks with a single shotter. Not an easy question, and I'll admit it's not... Well, I suppose it's... I can't say I know nothing of this situation, but... For me, it wasn't exactly like this. If anything, I'm probably the hated
Inquisitor,
one
we're having a hard time
that
keeping
others
the
still
ship a
hang
safe
out with in that
distance from the
situation,
whole
though
anomaly.
to say
Do you
still
have
hang
any
out with
idea
is
what this place could be?
A nightmare waiting to
That'd
protrude
be,
into the real world.
a big thing.
I can sense the constant
But
tug of the wind.
I think the mutual friends in that falling out
This is a sacred vault,
kind of
protected
managed to
by
stay
unholy
neutral throughout
hands.
most of it.
In other words,
Or
it is one of
either
the
they
most
stayed neutral or they
well-hidden
might have
reliquaries in
straight
the
up sided
sector.
with me from what I saw.
It could also mean that Uther's followers have considerable influence in the cult.
At least one of them, to my knowledge, has never hung out with that former friend of mine again, but still hung out with me. Even though they were basically uninvolved in that situation. And another one continued hanging out with both of us, and I can't be upset about that. Though they don't seem to hang out with that Sometimes it spawns inside you faster than you can see, so you gotta just always be moving, I guess. But this game doesn't want you to be moving. That gets annoying. Significantly weaker without all my stuff on. To be fair, in the lore, that's essentially what would happen if you tried to do what I'm doing. A psyker with stuff just always on to the point they're constantly in the throes of the warp. Yeah, they just explode at one point, and there's nothing they could do to stop it other than stop using the fucking warp. And to be honest, in like Warhammer rules, there's just a random chance anytime you try to use psychic powers, unless you cast it safely, which will make it at half effectiveness, you just have a random chance to explode. They're really a good friend if they never responded to you, no matter how long you waited or tried to talk to them. That's a tricky one. If all your attempts to reach out to someone are just met with silence, then...
Who is transmitting?
Identification codes mark the sender as a member of the Ecclesiarchy.
I'll look into it.
The Black Legion is here. That's something. What do we got? Confidential observation filed for personal use. Ragnar Van Winter. Deleted conversation. You have any idea what this place could be? Inquisitor. Moon that has been erased from the archives. Also, it's right in the vicinity of a warp anomaly. Shelters the cathedral from any psychic divination. Clever hiding spot. Seems they've been listening to us. How did they get a bug on our thing? Realize something important. This forbidden cathedral was built on a moon, which is way too close to warp surge. Warp surge on the brink of explosion. However, this anomaly also serves as an otherworldly psychic shield. It's a perfect hiding place for a holy relic. That's tricky. If this is consistent and repeated efforts to communicate with them and none of it's getting through, then that might just mean that they don't really consider you a friend at this point. Or they're actively trying to get away from you. And that's a hard thing to hear, but I've been through that. But if this was some sporadic attempts that, you know,
distress call received.
You just didn't hear back, it could be any number of things, and you should try a bit more consistent. Now, I don't know which it is, I'm just telling you the two possibilities.
Now you are gone.
Oh dear mother of shit. A decimator. Decimator decimated. Corpse, the final days. 700 years have passed since Cardinal Astromedius founded our cathedral after the Edict of the Holy Synod. During these long, silent centuries, we've been following the liturgies of the Adeptus Ministorum faithfully. Our burden is nothing compared to the blessed martyrdom of the Emperor, but it grew heavier with each passing year. Our prayers, hymns, and sacrifices were in vain. We have failed pitifully in our sacred duty. The rotten stigma grew and grew in the void, taking roots in our domain. After the first centuries, we realized how vain we were. Pure faith may save a solitary soul, but an otherworldly bane like this would need someone with the purity of a saint. And we are nothing but sinners, stumbling blindly in the universe, succumbing to madness and chaos. You'll be fucking dead before Oblivion Remaster is finishing installing? Hey, Quilla. Yeah, I saw it was fucking 125 gigabytes on the Steam thing. Even if I got it today, I'd have to make fucking room. That's crazy. I'm looking at... I might pick it up on... I might try to pick up Game Pass, because I think I can afford that. And I'm gonna look at all my options before I commit to that. If I get it from Game Pass, I might even try to... streaming it through Game Pass is meh. If I can get Oblivion working, I'd love to. You're not really a big fan on remasters? Your PC cannot even fit the entire game. Wow. See, I've got a terabyte total of memory on this thing, so I can make the space. But I have to make it first. Let's see. We cried out for help, but even the mighty creations of the machine god proved ineffective against the stigma. The growth stopped, but the dark revelations remained. Even the most devout pilgrims stayed away from our forsaken home, and the Holy Inquisition purged every trace of our existence from the annals. May their grim wisdom be blessed. Finally, the Cardinal decided that we could serve the Emperor better somewhere else. The cathedral shall be abandoned. All who left are the thoughtless servitors of the Machine God and the Guardian. He'll keep the fickle light of faith alive in his saintly solitude. Brother Tailheart, may the Emperor bless you for your courage and tenacity. Big on remasters when the original is barely playable. Yeah, Oblivion just doesn't work on modern systems anymore. It crashes so frequently. You got a terabyte, but your dad accidentally set it to 100 gigs. What do you mean he set it to 100 gigs? I don't fully understand what you're saying about that. Does he know his mic is off? My mic's right here. Are you guys not hearing me? What? Well, if you're fucking with me, don't fucking do that. You hear me? Okay, good. I can hear you? Alright.
Witness my power.
Quilla, is perchance your headphones off? Someone tell Quilla it's on his end. He can't hear me to hear it himself. Your headphone plug was loose. You fucker! Scared the shit out of me. I was like, Water and friggin' Green Ghost have been responding to me all stream. There's no way there's something wrong on my end. You can sort of hear the game audio, so you didn't think it was that. Yeah, I've had that thing happen with headphones before. I have wireless now, so it doesn't happen very much. It hasn't happened at all since I switched to wireless. Just because since the connector is USB, that means it doesn't get partial. It just disconnects entirely if it's loose. I suppose that's the one benefit USB has over other. Anyway, as you probably didn't hear me say, I'm gonna look and see about Xbox Game Pass as my way to play it. Is this probably the only way I could? The one downside to that is probably gonna be very... I doubt I'm gonna keep Game Pass. So I might have to blaze through in a month to, like, fucking... Hey, keeping Game Pass is not really an option, so I don't know how good an idea that is in the long run.
By the grace of the Emperor, an inquisitorial agent at last. In my darkest hours, I almost believed that you had abandoned us.
Who are you? And what happened here?
I am Brother Tilhart, and I am a sinner. Sinners we all were. We brought this upon us. We should have never have brought a holy relic to this forsaken moon.
I'm a bitch.
More specific, priest.
You don't have to worry, Inquisitor. We all went through proper mind-cleansing rituals. Rest assured, I don't remember the name of the Imperial Saint. At least that information is still secure.
Who gave you this assignment?
A most revered agent of the Holy Ordos. He never told us his name.
When did the filth of chaos arrive?
When the ancient anchor engines first manifested problems, I begged my brothers to seek assistance from the cult Mechanicus, but they didn't listen. And then the rotten stigma flared up. The machine started to slow down, and suddenly the moon was teeming with these accursed traitors.
Where are they?
I'm afraid they have entered the cathedral. But I can tell you the whereabouts of a secret entrance. You must stop them.
You should go to my ship.
My oath prevents me from leaving this place, Inquisitor, but I'll stay in contact with you all along the way.
Let me just get this treasure you were guarding first. Whoop. You're not getting me, Warp Fisher. Willa, how big are you into 40K? Like, are you a fan at all? Passive skill point. Damage bonus. Not gonna pick up Flesh Gaze, I don't think. Somewhere between 0 and 1. Like, is that supposed to be on a... Is that on a binary scale or a scale of 1 to 10? You don't really know anything about 40K? Fair enough. Alright, then it was on a scale of 1 to 10, probably. I've become a big fan of it. Especially with the amazing, online series, If the Emperor Had Text-to-Speech. That's what really got me in. It is very unfortunate that that series had to end, because GW is all assholes. They put a blanket ban on all fan animations. Because they're assholes. That's genuinely the only reason.
Inquisitor, you have entered the vaults of the Blessed Machines. Stop those creatures before they destroy the anchor engines.
And while the series had not received any kind of cease and desist, the creator's son had just been born, and he didn't want to risk the possibility of receiving one if he kept going. So he stopped with the assessment, even though another episode was basically already done, and they had to leave us on a huge cliffhanger that
Place them in the engine
He
room
said it's
before they
essentially
bring
the official
destruction
ending.
on everything here.
Witness my power.
Meanwhile, base Todd gave all the Sky Oblivion team devs game keys for Oblivion Remastered. Yeah, for fuck's sake. Like, I wonder if Cyan is gonna return to the races or if a mysterious figure is gonna join. Couldn't tell ya. Todd is a benevolent god. He's benevolent Todd. Todd good? Todd's good. Whoops. Todd God. God with 2 Ds. Alright, Jod. Yeah, that's probably it. Of course, the only god we worship in this stream is the God Emperor of Mankind. Or as he would prefer to be called, the Man Emperor of Mankind.
We could only imagine what would happen if the Blessed Incas were destroyed.
You mean besides being swallowed by the wolf surge?
Isn't that Todd?
There have been omens.
No, I think his real name is Jimmy Space, because he invented the Space Marines. They're his Marines, therefore they're the Space
I
Marines.
saw a colossal tear in the void.
Just like the Land Speeder and the Land Raider were invented by a man named John Land in this world. Well, not invented, rediscovered. Makes sense, yeah.
Death ray.
I want to see if I can get Ruka to watch Emperor text-to-speech. I think he'd like it. Andor is about the adventures of John Andor. Yeah, that sounds right. Stand there. Suppression field coming up.
For the Emperor!
I can't wait for Henry Cavill to get 1 season of a Warhammer 40K show and then it gets canceled for genuinely no fucking reason. Just like every time he tries to do anything for the last, like, 10 years.
Inquisitor, we have detected an incoming voidcraft. The vessel is approaching the moon at considerable speed.
Stay alert and keep me updated.
Kill the heretic!
Death is a journey.
Ooh, 1 shot and elite. Wow. That's the power of crits, baby. Oh, hey, look, a decimator. You ain't decimating this ass. Yeah. Stand in this for the damage bonus. Bastard. You may be a decimator, but I'm a psyker of incredible power, based on the fact that I haven't blown myself the fuck up yet. Actually, I have, but I've lived through it. What grade of psyker must I be? I don't know them all off the top of my head. I'd love to see Cyan versus Orange, one of the most wins. Well, there's two possibilities. Either things go as expected and Orange wins in a landslide, or the spiteful internet decides to make that the only time that Cyan can win, is against the actual best one. Just to essentially troll itself. That is how the internet functions. Want to be standing in those.
Die, heretic.
Oh, what do you have to say?
Mortal, your ridiculous machines will be destroyed. We will open up the wound.
Who will open up the what now?
Creature.
Haha, you died. Ooh, that's a lot of incoming enemy fire. I need to get behind something resembling cover to regain my suppression. Yeah, the horses just move around like the DVD logo. It's completely random, but Orange just can't stop winning. Oh, I thought it was based on votes.
Now you are gone. Recoil, unclean.
Ow. Unleash, boom. Clue. Commander Nazaras. I admire your craving for bloodshed, but these losses are not acceptable. So many LeBron redraws of Orange. Wunderbar. We're now the deranged sons of Angron who throw their souls mindlessly into the abyss. All I asked for was a hit-and-run diversion in the Nereus system, not a bloody and pointless siege. Those Inquisitor minions may be mindless servants to a rotting corpse, but they're capable on the battlefield. Finish this nonsense and carry on with your orders. Videos of the horses actually going around a maze thing to a carrot song. What the hell's a carrot song? And I don't care about any shallow objections. I really think that a warp surge containment field would be guarded by a single priest of the Corpse Emperor. However, I took the Apostles' Counsel, and your plan shows some potential. Use a scrap code well, the effect of these machines can be reversed, and something glorious may be born. That may redeem your poorly planned and executed operation. Do not fail us. Z. PNG. Image. Oh, PNG. Okay, sorry. Like, the very edge of the line is slightly covered for me. The very lefternmost edge of chat is slightly covered, unfortunately. So I'm gonna misread some words depending on their location.
I'm on my way.
Yeah, you guys aren't corn worshippers. You're really not supposed to be just kill, maim, bury. Who's the Black Crusade? They're not Zinches, are they? Actually, they may... they're a bit too sneaky to be corn people.
Inquisitor, the incoming vessel is transmitting inquisitorial authentication codes. They are asking us to surrender.
Tell them that you have engine malfunctions. I'll deal with them later.
Just fucking lie. That's the only way you're getting out of this, Van Winter. Hate to tell ya. Dodge this. Sure thing. You were really good at dodging my bolts somehow.
They're destroying the anchor machines.
The tide of darkness is upon us. Fight, Inquisitor.
God, you're fat.
Fight until death grants you eternal glory.
For the Emperor!
Some people are wonder if Orange is actually a horse and not a goat. Good one. Right here. Oh, don't want to stand there. You exploded.
The machines have been seriously damaged.
We are doomed, then. Sooner or later, the warp will engulf this moon for good.
That'll
I'm
suck.
returning to my ship to deal with another urgent matter. Are you ready to join me?
I cannot leave, Inquisitor.
You're gonna start putting at the end of they actually can see the end of your messages. No, it's based on where in the so see, I'm seeing multiple lines. It's that the game window is slightly covering up the very lefternmost edge of the window. So that's not gonna really fix anything. For example, I can tell by context clues that says messages, but I can't see the first half of it, and it looks like messages. But I know by the clue that, okay, I'm missing like half a letter's width. And I'm missing part of the E as well. More damage. What's up, Ragnar?
The Inquisitorial ship is in orbit around the moon. If we don't surrender, they will purge my ship on charges of heresy. I don't understand. I've already warned them that we have an Inquisitor on board.
I will talk to the Inquisitor in charge.
Slight alter.
What are you going to do?
Very thin slice of video game.
I can't engage a ship belonging to the Holy Ordos.
The Inquisition is a colossal organization with several factions. It must be an unrelated operation. It happens. They must be investigating the warp anomaly.
They have dispatched a dropship to the cathedral as we speak.
Interesting. Maybe it's not about the anomaly, but Uther's vestiges. I'll return to the moon.
Let's get back to the moon, back to the tomb. I have cast the traitors back into the Immaterium. Their masters won't be pleased. However, in a regretful turn of events, an Inquisitorial vessel appeared in orbit. Could be an unrelated incident, but they might also be concerned about Uther's vestiges. Doesn't matter. Nothing can stop me now, not even the Inquisition. His final resting place.
Inquisitor, you have returned to the Sepulchre. You are truly blessed with zeal and courage.
I have no choice but to recover that relic before catastrophe strikes.
You are running out of time. I will pray for you, Inquisitor.
Ooh, one shot. Almost one shot. How much psychic... You know how much psychic energy you have to put into a bolter to make it so one of those kills a Space Marine instantly? Fucking a lot. Yeah, as a Chaos Marine, and there's sometimes worse in certain aspects of their physicality. Sometimes they're better is the thing. Depends on both the chapter and how they manage to make that one. What do we got here?
Inquisitor, you are interfering with my mission. I must command you to leave.
I shall not. You will surrender, and I will take the vestiges. Your methods make a mockery of our sacred doctrines.
Yeah, here's...
I seriously doubt it.
We're getting ambushed by,
been sanctioned by
the other faction, the Puritan faction.
Stages.
Allow me to rephrase it for you. It has been sanctioned by Lord Maldor, but Lord Maldor is currently facing serious accusations. He is a man of grand delusions and questionable decisions. We simply cannot allow a relic of such importance to fall into the hands of someone who contradicts the purity of our dogma.
I will not allow you to take this relic. This is my mission. This is my fate.
You have left me no choice, Inquisitor.
They come with 2 assassins, and the last one's actually a plus-sized psyker. Yeah. I guess I can use my healing just once. Alright, yeah, really cool. Fucking just stunned me for my entire lifetime. Yeah, point-and-click abilities really aren't fair when used against the player. I don't know if anyone's ever realized that. If the enemy can just deal damage to you and you can't counteract it in any way, that's not good. Can I read this, please? Fucking... There we go. Inquisitor, you're interfering with my mission, must command you to leave. Shall not, is that... Yes, the... Personal log encrypted. A colossal organization with countless orders and cabals fallen. Regardless, it seems my investigation stirred up old disagreements in the Caligari Conclave, which have evidently escalated into bloody clashes among the shadows, and I have also become a target. I was confronted by an inquisitorial agent with ties to the devout Puritans among the Conclave members. He was ordered to intervene, as Lord Maldor is currently facing serious accusations. They think that I cannot be trusted with Uther's Rosette because my methods contradict the purity of the dogma. I couldn't allow this. I must find the Alpha Pariah.
So, this is the tomb of Uther Tiberius. It is somewhat underwhelming. I finally have his rosette. But where is his body?
We have never seen the body. We were sworn to protect the sacred relic alone.
Even in his death, Uther Tiberius presents another mystery.
You must leave, Inquisitor. Don't be concerned about me. I will stand guard here.
What will happen to you?
I will begin the most glorious task of my long servitude. I will keep watch on that gaping wound in the void. I will toll the bells and call our holy warriors here to fight.
For a guy we only see for like 3 missions, they sure did give you a whole ass like reaction model there. The key, you found the Rosette of Uther Tiberius. What? Have I never done this quest before? That can't be right. I've beaten this game before. I guess I'm... So I stopped to do all the DLC stuff when I streamed this before, so I never got to the end before my, lost my save file of it.
Bodies swollen with foul corruption. Creatures that no longer feel pain. The martyr is in danger. I must return immediately.
Yeah, Nurgle's all up in that bitch. What's up, Ragnar?
Inquisitor, we have returned to the coordinates of the martyr. I'm afraid there have been some troubling developments.
Such as?
Explain, Captain.
We have detected a void ship in the service of chaos near the martyr. Sensorium data shows that Uther's monastery is teeming with the forces of Nurgle. This is not a raiding party, but a full-scale invasion, Inquisitor. What is your plan?
You will eat the slice.
Has become an infested war zone.
Okay.
I cannot open the stasis chamber at the moment. It would be too hazardous.
Oh, it must have been while I was, like, reshaping the thing, it fucked up. That must be what you're talking about. Because I moved it slightly to give me a bit... Now I can basically see the whole of the letter. I moved it a little bit more to the left. I could fit just that much. Any more and it might start going off screen and you'll miss visuals. The Alpha Pariah. I have finished my long, grueling hunt for Uther's Rosette, and I've got very close to finding the Alpha Pariah. However, I return to the Martyr only to find the ship under attack by the minions of Nurgle. It is my sacred duty to cleanse this Emperor-forsaken ship once and for all before I open up the stasis chamber. You'll teleport hexagonally.
Inquisitor, the Martyr has begun transmitting bursts of noospheric bleed. It is a call for help initiated by the machine spirit. The message asserts that the main cogitator room is under attack. Sequential shutdown in progress.
Those sick beasts are trying to destroy the brain and the soul of the martyr. I'm on my way.
Let's see here.
You are guilty.
Just gotta be wiping out the forces of chaos.
Secondary computational litanies show an exponentially growing demonic presence on the ship.
What? Where are those demons coming from?
Unknown.
Yeah. Alright. Actually, wait a second to get the suppression back up all the way.
My ears are bleeding. I must stop this Emperor-forsaken.
Yeah.
I have arrived at the main cogitator.
Another burst of noosphere bleed received. Decoder prayer wheels activated. Inquisitor, you have been granted access to the data crux in the main cogitator room.
And what might that be?
A data reliquary. High clearance information storage which can be opened exclusively by the Tiberius Rosette with the tag Alpha Subject.
It sounds like the machine spirit is giving me access to the most important records on the Alpha Pariah.
Indeed. The machine spirit has calculated the chances of a total system malfunction. It is 98.5% and growing.
That's not fucking good. Yeah.
Kill the heretic! For the Emperor!
I suppose there's any chance they could give me shit more useful than mines this time, huh?
For the Emperor! I am the sanctioned flame.
Oh, come the fuck on. Fuck you.
Honor me with
There we go. Wave
Another
complete.
wave of hostiles.
More minefields. Alright. Not what I was hoping for, but it's what I get.
The war will eat me alive!
Alright, didn't see that. Yeah. Not keep standing there. Do keep exploding, though. Oh, I just can't stop winning. That one image of SpongeBob in Silent Hill. In Silent Hill, this isn't just darkness. This is advanced darkness. Come on. There is nothing puny about this mortal, and mortal might not even be correct if I'm a psyker. It's a bit iffy on that one. Let me tell you straight up on that.
Cleanse me.
Alright, there's not too much left. Okay, I suddenly got stuck as that spawned. And then a second one also spawned. There's like one enemy left somewhere. Oh, it's a big one. Not big enough, though.
Primary objective completed. Triggering secondary objective.
I'm about to access that data crux.
Yeah, I'm here. Priority Expeditus. Destination Martyr to Grand Inquisitor Uther Tiberius. By Grand Archivist Gundar Engel, Orzino's Archive Terra. Fabricatus Prophecy. Grand Inquisitor. With reference to our former discussion, I collected all the available data about the Xenotranscript that. The translation may be imperfect, as our knowledge about the Fabricatus race is lacking. In fact, we have found no trace of this ancient and fortunately extinct race outside the Caligari sector, and our information is based on a heavily redacted report of an Adeptus Mechanicus archaeological expedition. When the flames of the First War in heaven died, the mad Necrontyr reference blinked behind the stars. Reality? He saw the coming anathema of a born from a young race. Made from ice and made from fire, reference to the Empyrean, the gods to be born will tremble and a new one will... remade? Should you require any further information or assistance, I am at your disposal. This is a fascinating matter indeed. Yours sincerely, Grand Archivist Engel.
Tech Priest, I need you to activate your most complex security protocols. I will be transferring an extremely sensitive cogitator file. I have found something that could put the entire Alpha Pariah project into perspective.
Secondary brain functions rerouted to execute holy chants of encryption.
I also need an update on the current situation.
Situation is critical. Sensors indicate a growing number of localized bursts of warp energies on the ship.
Give me the location of the closest anomaly.
Hang on, is my... Yeah, my inventory's full. That's why I stopped being able to pick stuff up. I forgot to sell stuff in between missions. Oof. No wonder there's crap lying around. The only thing I seem to pick up is credits. Alright, fix that after this mission.
So be it then.
Let's get dangerous.
Who are you to stand against me? Tech Priest, you were right. The Plague Marines are destroying the Empyrean seals.
Destroyed seals are transforming into local warp gates. Explains the growing ratio of infestation.
I must destroy these. What are they? Immaterial puzzles.
Yeah.
Before it's too late. Now you are gone.
Alright, get some suppression back. Kill you to get some health back. There we go, back up to full, like nothing bad even happened. So much Yuri of these Among Us-shaped horses. Yeah, that follows. I am quite familiar with the fact that, the majority of racehorses are usually female.
Chances of successfully reducing
for
the
some
level on the entire ship
often
to
reasonable reasons.
That is not how you raise morale, Tech Priest.
The Empyrean seals form a complex matrix on the Martyr. The destruction of the seals fractured the matrix, releasing a constant tide of demons onto the ship. At this rate, the Martyr has an 87.67% chance of turning into a demon engine.
I cannot allow a ship-sized demon engine to roam the sector.
Destroying the pustules on this subdeck might buy you some extra time.
So for frame of reference, a demon engine means the ship itself will become a demon. And this one is fucking enormous. This is one of the largest ships, period. Probably the only class of ship larger than this one, I would bet, is a craft world. And that's only a ship by technicality. A craft world's an entire fucking planet, essentially. Nurgle Hellbrute. Ooh, you're gross. Gained a level.
Loading.
Yeah, fucker. Shit. Ah. I wish those things didn't also slow you down, which makes it impossible to get through them. Alright, one more pustule, and we'll have bought some time, but... yeah. Demon engines are scary, don't get me wrong, but something far worse is a demon world, where... yeah, just as it sounds, an entire planet turns into a demon. And demons will reproduce on that planet basically infinitely. Which is why it is standard Imperial practice to blow it the fuck up if that's even slightly possible to happen. The thing is, once it's turned, blowing it up isn't usually an option anymore.
Kill the heretic.
Yes, yes. You gotta do it mid-transformation? No, you gotta do it... well, you can do it mid-transformation depending on which side transforms first. Because usually an Exterminatus only works if a specific thing is already on the planet that they can detonate to trigger it. And if that gets turned into a demon first, then you can't really detonate it anymore. If you get it, like... and the thing is, transformation happens real damn quick, so in the middle of it is not an option. You gotta get it when it's... you don't think you're gonna be able to stop the transformation once it starts. When you think the transformation is going to start and you don't really have a way to stop it.
I slay in thy name.
Yeah, stop it mid-transformation, sometimes. It happens pretty fast, but not... it's not instantaneous, so you could do that if you were desperate, but it also takes a minute to set up Exterminatus protocols. Prophet of Decay. Disturbing.
I am the Prophet of Decay.
Yeah, I noticed your tagline.
Plague and pestilence. Servants of the mighty Nurgle. Allow me to welcome. How do you like
Planet going demon time is funny.
the martyr?
In theory.
Trust me, you will soon regret coming here, you fool.
I only want to talk and negotiate peacefully. You see, I have someone you might want to save. That is what your kind tends to do, correct?
You know the suits have souls, but even the planets. The planet doesn't exactly have a... well, the Eldar say planets have souls, so, like, maybe they do.
What do you want?
So, that would be his name. Your fellow agent isn't too talkative, you know. He only curses and screams while my sweet poison drips into his wounds.
You can see here, it can even infect, like, metal. Like, here, see all this goop on here? That's chaos infecting metal. It can just do that. As far as humanity can suss it out, it seems to be just all the matter of the planet is turned into demon matter, so it's a demon now. As for suits having souls, not sure what you're referring to, actually. Magos Biologus Secrets. Ah, yes. Make me healthier. Alright, this auto pistol. Rock on hit. Is still all considered single target. Frame cooldown reduction. Probably look at it in my thing first. Machines? Oh, the machine spirits. Okay, so that is a bit iffy. See, that is that is a religious belief that is not necessarily scientifically true. See, machine spirits are essentially benevolent AI, or benevolent or benign AI. If it's capable of, but anything that's hostile or they think might become hostile is called an abominable intelligence. And some of them are kind of souls. See, the martyr specifically is a soul, but that's because they made it a soul. Like, that's literally people's souls shoved into the martyr. Specifically, souls that had previously been occupied by demons, but then the demon was excised, and after that's happened to you, it's now permanently impossible for a demon to control you, if that's done to you. But also, exorcism fails a lot, so you might just fucking explode. It's, not a process that's practiced often, even by the ends justify the means Imperium. That should tell you how hit or miss it really is. Machine spirits, even though they don't have a soul, there is apparently a small chance they can be corrupted. It's very, very, very rare, to the point that it's not known why. Maybe it's because a certain level of AI does confer a soul. Maybe it's unrelated. Maybe demons can just control anything, but the majority of machine spirits actively fight it because they don't like it. It's evidently not a pleasant experience. Maybe demons can code? That's iffy. Maybe. Let's see. Concussive trauma debuff on one enemy on physical skills use. One debuff can be applied per second. Changing targets resets the debuff. Enemy takes 10% damage a stack, stacks up to 5 times. Yeah, that works. We're about done there. Just in time. Oh, I can actually pick up... I start doing... There's probably one of these radicals I want. Yeah, Soul Harvest Ritual. Radical Istvanism might be worth it, but probably just Soul Harvest Ritual. And then start picking up health. Although, that's only for slow... suppression damage. Bonus to armor breaking, armor piercing, and shield piercing attacks. I don't really have slows and stuns. Yes, even if the physical matter of the machine is corrupted, usually the machine spirit will find this distasteful to some degree and kind of just refuse to interact with them.
You will be walking into a trap.
Your theories on Warhammer are always, okay, but what if they're just like that? Go to Ben.
You know these creatures better than me, and you would do the same.
By the Emperor, yes. Charge into the middle of that toxic, unholy gathering and smash them to bloody pieces. Absolutely. But I am Astartes.
And I am an Inquisitor. I shall fear.
Do I need to remind you of all the times I beat shit that you didn't beat? Admittedly, it was only the one time, but I'm gonna hold on to that one. Damn, auto pistol is just a constant stream of bullet. Not really getting my one-shot damage anymore, though. So I could have not done this. I think this is actually less effective. Because my first hit does extra damage. But I am getting other effects more. I might look at other stuff other than that single shot booster. Let me see if there's another passive thing I could put on that'd be nice.
For the Emperor.
Hey, hell, something that ups fire rate even more would be cool. But I don't know if there even is one of those. How would that work anyways? I guess how does any of this shit I'm doing to power up these bullets work?
The war will eat me alive.
I'm kind of still getting one-shots. If I use the burst fire instead of the full auto.
Inquisitor, you are entering another data reliquary of the Martyr. Access the data crux for useful information.
Noted. We completed the evaluation of your requests. Technological marvel you're seeking is ambivalent in nature. Item Alpha. The schematics, formulated ideas you provided are based on uncategorized and/or unknown technology. Slight resemblance to the Tesseract constructs of the Necrontyr is perplexing to us. Item Beta. Subjects provided were unable to defy the laws of the pocket dimension. Your intention to create an Empyrean nucleus by imprisoning a greater warp entity may create instability in the system. Small deviations in the Imperial patterns may spiral into catastrophic events. An unmitigated breakout may seriously compromise the Martyr. Item Gamma. Maybe the person who builds the upgrade is just like that and can make a weapon that's already OP, even more OP. I meant, how the fuck am I, using psychic power to make bullets hit harder? I don't know that that's actually a canon ability in Warhammer. Implications of the invention are significant. Also the reason why the Fabricator General and I support your experiment. Such methods are classified as tech heresy by most of our brothers. Due to this reason, our assistance can be only indirect and/or circumstantial. M Delta. We have control over certain Xenorite elements in our ranks, and we can guarantee their cooperation. This option has been evaluated as the most optimal. Our truth will come from the machine. Yep. Dang it, fuck, shit. Stop.
Repent.
You need to go to sleep. Good night, fish. Have fun taking care of that demon engine. Trying to make sure it doesn't turn into one. But thanks for coming by anyway, Green Ghost. See you next time. Stream won't be too much longer anyway.
Silence the alarm. I'll face some serious resistance. Hold on, complain.
Probably just this mission, honestly.
I will rip your mind into shreds.
Oh, poor bastard.
Captain, I need an update on that Chaos ship.
We are prepared for evasive maneuvers, but the ship has remained stationary. How did they find the Martyr at all?
The ship was a nest of Nurgle before I arrived, and I have destroyed countless demons on the decks, all of them reformed in the warp not long after their demise.
And this has drawn the attention of their god to the ship?
Something like that, yes. It must have been enough to allow Nurgle's plague sorcerers to find the Martyr. Off with you!
Anathema Ultima Subject 52, I think? Rate of physical development below normal. Rapid degeneration of motor functions continues. Severe mutations corrected by surgical procedures. Subject, in its present state, classified as partially abhuman by sanctified imperial standards. Psychological. Note, insufficient cognitive and linguistic abilities render our estimates imprecise. Projected IQ between 56 and 63. Severe emotional and mental aberrations. Social skills close to none. Subject shows no sign of special abilities. No changes in the measured warp resistance, blank beta. Recommendation to Grand Inquisitor Tiberius. Subject shows only one remarkable ability, the already documented minor anomaly in immaterium patterns, but has exhibited no further progress for 3 cycles. Further experiments are not warranted. Merciful extermination of subject recommended. Splicing of the pariah gene shows little potential, similarly to the EIE, embryonic immaterial infusion protocol. Why would that be EIE? Wouldn't that be EII? Need a fully revised approach for future subjects. Magos Caligarius the 21st, I think it said. Nurgle fucking dreadnought. Oh yeah.
Die, heretic!
Fuck you, other demon. New warp rod? Ooh, yeah, new warp rod. HP gained on crit is nice, because I do crits. A lot more damage on my,
Repent! Kill the heretic. Repent. Sacred slaughter.
Your tech priest asked me to convey a message. This is what I'm reduced to, an errand boy.
He is analyzing the data samples received from the Martyr at the moment.
Ah, you do speak their language. Anyway, he asked me to warn you.
What does that mean, dude?
99.2% of the Empyrean seals have been corrupted by the plague-infested scum.
Not
the
good.
The situation is really bad.
The way I see it, it leaves you with a much easier task. Kill that prophet, destroy the warband, and get to the chamber. For the Emperor. Repent.
Implying there's anyone else I'd be doing all this for. Come on now. Treasure! Alright, what's going on here?
Welcome to my humble
Klosterheim, how's it going, buddy?
The Prophet of Decay will grant you an audience now.
Prophet of Decay can go fuck himself.
Are you insane? You don't talk to them. You kill them.
I have a problem. Unlike other simple-minded servants of the false emperor, your Tiberius was bold enough to experiment beyond your foolish limitations.
You're just babbling now.
Right. See, the heart of the unusual psychic barrier he created is a seal with one of us trapped inside. Even if I break all of Uther's sigils, I still need his rosette to open up the prime seal. If you give me the key, I will return your lapdog to you.
Really? That was all you could offer?
Why? I want to liberate the Great One, and you want that freak black soul in the chamber. You even get to save this nobody.
Don't succumb, Inquisitor. Kill it, or let me die.
I wasn't planning to negotiate with you, creature. But I always enjoy watching how your kind tries to lure victims with such weak attempts.
Wonderful. I was planning to kill you anyway.
You tricked me, but I was tricking you too.
Cleanse of my sins. Suffer my pain.
Yeah. Get treasure. Oh dear. Not where I need to stand. Son of a bitch. Yep, can't stay there. Alright, come out.
Are you alright? What happened to you?
I have failed the Emperor twice. First, I couldn't kill all of them. Secondly, I let them take me alive.
Come with me to the stasis chamber.
With the seals corrupted, the whole ship is danger. As far as I know, some of them are still intact in the Generatorum. I'll guard that area to buy you some time.
The Emperor be with you. Join me in the stasis chamber when you have finished.
Alright, let's head back. You saw gameplay of Oblivion? Yeah, I saw it too. They released it this morning. People are playing it. It just looks wrong. It feels wrong. Interesting. There was one thing I saw them say in, like, the reveal this morning. I was like, hang on, did they read their own lore? They're like... They were explaining, like, all the things people who started at Skyrim would have missed by not playing this game. And one of the things they listed as, why are there 8 divines? And I was like, that's not explained in Oblivion even a little bit. That is a thing that happens entirely off-screen between Oblivion and Skyrim. Why are you saying that'll be explained to them? It's explained in Skyrim perfectly well. You don't like it, you hate things that are new. Let's see here. Wish I could see how these abilities work to see what kind of damage they do. I think I'll just take this bolt pistol. Put that back on, because higher singular shots are a bit better for how I'm set up here. I will look at some of these things. Endurance. Max HP and max HP regeneration. Weapon skills gain damage bonus and cooldown reduction. That might actually be worth it. Warp speed, so essentially upping my fire rate and damage. Will last just as long. Look at some other options. Column of fire, it seeks out enemies, deals per second is heat in a 2-meter radius. Your darling is awake? Go, bathwater. I won't be much longer, I'm just looking at this. Heat in a 3-meter radius, damage bonus, heat damage bonus. You still tired? Alright then. Fury Inhale, Precognition. Energy shield on use. Death Augury, nah. A-meter radius, Force Dome, moves with a caster. Eyes under the dome with 30%, nah. Or a blessing. He was right, she's gonna die. I don't know if that's what's going on, Bathwater. But do what you gotta do. But, as I said, that's where we're gonna call it. I'm gonna stop the recording for YouTube here. As always, thank you so much for coming if you came. If you didn't come, you don't get a thank you. Bye-bye, YouTube.